Welcome back, everybody. That's right. It is time for our final match of Group A. You are watching the Dotatalk League. You are watching some good old-fashioned Southeast Asian Dota. The Russians of Asia. Well, actually, that's mostly the Philippines. But with that being said, we do have some Pinoy players in this particular game. I'm LD of Beyond the Summit. I'm joined here today by Merlini. I also want to quickly mention before we start casting this game that Gods is also casting. If you want to watch his cast, he is following Team Zenith. They have one more match. Then we have some other random matches from other groups, which should actually be pretty interesting coming up later. I think I'm casting MEFC next. So anyway, Merlini, it's Kotal PL time. How you doing?
One of those games. How's it going?
Pretty good, man. I haven't actually seen the Pinoys run Kotal PL. It's they do like their tri-lanes. They generally run a tri-lane and two solos. That's sort of the traditional Pinoy way to play, especially in Dota 1. I haven't gotten to watch Dreamz too much in Dota 2. What I have watched, it's been Jules playing exceptionally well. Jules, for anyone who doesn't know, is the star player of the Philippines. He's kind of a meme at this point, just because anytime any Pinoy team is playing, the Pinoys will come in and start spamming Jules, Imba, Jules, just boost Yan, Jules, Yan, doesn't matter. Some variation of all the above, and well, we'll see if he can live up to the billing. He is, in terms of popularity, basically the Dendi of the Philippines. So can he deliver? We'll find out. But he's got a tall order ahead of him. And RG Sports, I don't know if it's an identical opening, because I think they got the mag last time, but pretty freaking close.
Yep, indeed. And I noticed as like the announcer was saying, "Oh, Orange just turned a ban." I was like, "Wait, why don't they say it for the other team?" Then I looked at their team and it was like DRMZ, LED, Ion, Steel Series. I was like, "Okay, now I know why the announcer doesn't say that."
Yeah, it's actually Dreamz, Legion, Steel Series, just to make it as confusing as possible. So halfway through the draft, Kotal PL Quap versus the Lifestealer Shadow Demon Lina. I mean, if you're Orange right now, do you try to go aggressive tri-lane against a Kotal?
It's really, really difficult. Most teams like kind of try to abandon like doing a triple lane versus a Keeper of the Light, because Keeper of the Light just dominates triple lanes. But at the same time, if they do if they don't do it, then they just give Phantom Lands a free farm, and we all know how that turns out, especially when they don't have a really great late gamer at this point, because they already drafted Lifestealer. Lifestealer is not very good at carrying versus Phantom Lancer, especially without the Magnetar and power. They really need someone like, I think Anti-Mage is one of the better ones. Gyrocopter is also pretty good, but again, Gyrocopter is not very popular in on the other half of the world.
So Dreamz, interesting bans from them to sort of protect this Phantom Lancer and the Queen of Pain. We may see a lot of split push. Oh, the tri-lane just got even tougher. The ES the pick. I mean, now you really have to think twice about going aggressive against them. Two massive AoE supports, as well as, of course, the elusive PL. But if you don't go aggressive, I mean, how do you find the trades?
I mean, I'm interested in this Shaker pick. Like, Shaker we rarely ever see, right? And Lifestealer is just going to eat him alive if he ever manages to get a hold of him. And they don't really actually have that many defensive abilities. If they choose to aggressive Shadow Demon, Lina, Lifestealer versus their defensive Earthshaker, Phantom Laser, Coddle, if they go on the Earthshaker, all they have to tank is a Coddle Blast, and then they're free to do whatever they want with the Shaker. And if he gets caught in the Shadow Demon Lina, the Disrupt Light Strike Array combo, he is going to die. But with proper positioning, it shouldn't happen, but we all know how things are supposed to go. So we'll see how that triple lane goes. I really do hope they at least put some pressure on this PL, else it's going to be, 15-minute like drums and diffusal, and then it's just going to be split push, recall, all that good stuff. But if they actually do want to have a chance in the early game, it's gonna be very exciting to see.
I feel like I'm settling in to watch a movie that I heard was epic and awesome, and you just told me the ending, and the ending sucks, and now I don't even want to watch the movie.
Hey, there have been some epic Kotal PL games though.
That's true. They can be epic because the games drag on, but they could also be painful, like putting your hand into a vat of broken glass and hoping you don't get cut. We will see. Dreamz, Lido. I mean, the Earthshaker pick actually very common in the Philippines, especially in Dota 1, which these teams have been playing Dota 2 for the past few months, but, I mean, stuck with Dota 1 a lot longer than pretty much anyone around the world. And, I mean, still, Dota 1 is the game of choice in the Philippines, sort of like China. Shadow Fiend the final choice, so they're going for these three strong split pushers, and the Shadow Fiend, the Queen of Pain, the Phantom Lancer. I guess the question now is, can they actually find a lane where Shadow Fiend will do well? It looks like a Shadow Fiend mid versus the Brew, and then Queen of Pain probably the off lane, I imagine. I mean, not the strongest off lane, but Shadow Fiend. I mean, where do you put him? Because Shadow Demon Lina can gank him quite easily if they want to roam.
I have no idea. This is like some strange. I mean, we have seen actually Shadow Fiend and Earthshaker in a safe lane, and Earthshaker just sits behind the Shadow Fiend, but like that means you can't put the Caudal PL there, and most likely they're going to go in the safe lane. So again, I don't really know, but they do have their late game secured. If this game goes on past like 30 minutes, it's most likely going to go to the PL and the Queen of Pain, the Shadow Fiend, provided that they have at least like a somewhat decent early game and not a feed fest.
Yeah, as far as the mid lane goes, if it is Queen of Pain versus Brewmaster, that is a tough matchup for Brewmaster. He can Bottle Crow. Queen of Pain probably won't kill him, but Queen of Pain should easily dominate the lane and outfarm him, as well as rune control, unless the supports are roaming a lot. Which, if they want to go aggressive and they're roaming, that means PL is still free farming. We will see, though, but if it's the Shadow Fiend mid, both heroes will get quite a bit of farm, probably more of an even matchup. I feel like a lot of this game is just going to come down to those first 5 minutes, and specifically, what can Net and Extinct do? Can they actually roam and find kills, or can they find kills in the tri-lane? Because if not, then Dreamz is almost certainly getting farm on at least one or two of their carries, and like you said, if it gets the 30-minute mark, it's going to be trouble for Orange, and if one of the carries gets farm, it's quite likely it will get to that 30-minute mark.
Remaining.
And they don't really have any lockdown for the Queen of Pain too. So if Queen of Pain has a good start, if she's mid versus Brewmaster, she's gonna go crazy and just create a lot of space for this PL to farm. So I was interested to see the last pick for the off lane. It looks like Orange will take Nature's Prophet.
Wow, so they're going for the Prophet Lifestealer combo, something that's become popular in Europe, and it's a Mushi Prophet, which, well, we'll see if they do a little swap-a-roo here. It could maybe be, no, KYXY on the Brewmaster, so maybe something unusual with the lanes going on right now. KYXY, as we saw, is normally their off-laner. I don't see anyone he can really win an off-lane against, though, but we'll find out quickly. Let's introduce the teams. On the side of RNG Esports, the Malaysian superpower, or powerhouse, I should say. We actually have Ohio playing the Leicester. Is going to go aggressive, has the Stout Shield, Healing Self, and Tango, so a lot of regen defensive capabilities for him. Net, Sentries, and Observers playing that Shadow Demon, heading towards bottom. The third member of this tri-lane is going to be Extinct, their 4-position player. Has been the drafter. Mushi was drafting previously, but today it's been all about Extinct. And I gotta say, his drafts have been okay. I feel like their losses have not been due to draft. KYXY going mid as the Brewmaster, so it's going to be a safe lane Prophet, and Mushi has actually started off the bat with a teleport scroll. Maybe either planning for an early gank or worried about getting ganked and wanting to have, I guess, an extra way to escape in addition to that TP. Unusual to see a TP scroll at the start, though.
And on Dreamz, we have LA on Queen of Pain. Looks like she's actually going to solo top, so this will solve their laning problems. Jules will solo mid with Shadow Fiend. Looks like we will have a roaming ES. And on bottom lane, we have Owie
I believe.
On Phantom Lancer, and Yoshbot on Kodal, who will be supporting the Phantom Lancer on bottom. Looks like Orange already has this Observer war, a very aggressive war setup down there. And it is going to be 3-on-2, at least it looks like at the start, because Earthshaker is already up top just checking the top rune.
Oh, Yoshbot. Oh, no.
Oh, what?
They had vision for sure. Yeah, he definitely, they had a...
Wow, they're so close.
They had to have seen him, right? I'm pretty sure he's, right here. He's popping his head out again. How many times is this going to happen? Oh, man, he is so royally screwed. That is, the easiest first blood ever. I mean, talk about a silver platter. That one had gold implants.
He really has to, place a sentry before he does it. That's just way too dangerous. And they don't even have... a defensive ward set up there. They have one out to check the rune, but not to see where their lane was.
I mean, you mentioned the sentry. Maybe sometimes you don't have to, but look at Orange's lineup. They're almost certainly going aggressive tri-lane. So, given that, just pop your head out as the keeper light. Really cocky play, and he pays for it with the first blood.
Yep. So first blood will go to Extinct, and we will see. It looks like already a flying courier. And he does not opt for the early boots, and the Shadow Demon will be sitting here just to double check. Just to make sure that spawn is blocked so that they don't get any farm on bottom.
So Jules is going to be going mid. He's already 3-0, but the problem is KYXY is 8-0, just crushing this lane. He's far as CS. He hasn't missed the last hit yet. Let's see if he will miss any on this second, or this third wave, rather. But still, the Shadow Fiend getting a lot of farm. Jules up to 10 total plus damage, 5 souls for him. Bottom lane, we might see a backstab here. Net circling around. Earthshaker has already used Fissure. It's cooling down. Doesn't have it to disengage for this Phantom Lancer. Here comes the Illuminate. Does good damage. Look at the Lina. Almost dies. The Lance will bring her down. But Owe will fall, so they trade the carry for support. Net may even die. God, this Kodal ES combo. I mean, even when Fissure's on cooldown and you start the fight, still your supports just basically die to the AoE.
Yep, and this Kodal actually is not level 2 and he does not have any clarities. He's going to be very useless for quite some time.
ES also doesn't have any either. He's used his last one. I believe this is his second, so he's already chewed through 2 clarities. They have 1 Fissure, and that's it. And Net's on the hunt. He's looking for an opportunity to go here. He's just going to walk uphill, drops the Sentry Ward. Will he head towards the mid lane? So, taking a look at the other lanes while we have a moment. Shadow Fiend has mentioned farming pretty well, but Panda's gonna have like the earliest blink in the history of Dota. Has missed 1 creep in the first 4 waves. Top lane, LA playing the Queen of Pain. Almost died. Is getting some okay CS sitting at 6-2, but Mushi is definitely having the easier time in this lane. And we actually see a kill. Net gets picked off. Sorry, I missed that one, guys. It looks like a Fissure block trapped him in and then was killed off by a few raises there. So a good kill for Dreamz and getting the Shadow Fiend a little bit more farm. I mean, even though they're not having a good start on the tri lane, they are still giving the Shadow Fiend a pretty decent start.
His weak point is definitely the 1 to 3 phase, and now that he actually has 20 souls, the maximum amount of souls that you can get at level 4, he's gonna have a very easy time CSing. But it looks like Panda has picked up an invis root in the middle.
No tangos on Jules. Jules, no, don't get caught like this. He's probably gonna die, almost certainly. Now Sprouted, definitely dead. Can maybe do some damage with these raises. Won't be enough. Bottles up, still goes down. Mushi almost dies. So he was playing on that early TP gank and has the TP scroll. It's going to get sold by the Panda, so he actually doesn't have to leave the lane. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, Keeper of the Light dies again. And this lane just not going as well as Dreamz would hope for, despite having arguably the stronger tri-lane, or at least similarly strong, but the early First Blood really setting them back, and the pressure continues to mount for Dreamz. It seems like they're losing all 3 lanes. I mean, maybe breaking even top lane, but Mushi has an assist.
Very nice TP by him in middle. He probably will get that Midas pretty fast. He has 11 creep kills right now, sitting on 1,000 gold.
I would bet my firstborn's life that he's definitely going Midas. I mean, not only because he's having a good start, but because it's Mushi. And he's going in again top mid as Jules does not have a TP scroll, just has not, or doesn't have tangos rather, gets Sprouted, is going to take a ton of damage here, maybe able to turn this around with a couple of raises, but actually has the mid raise on cooldown. The X raise is going to be there, but it seems to be too late. Mushi eats 2, won't matter. Down he goes. Meanwhile, in the tri-lane, simultaneously, Phantom Lancer gets picked off, and they trade nothing for that. So 2 lanes going poorly. Top lane, well, it's going well because Ellie actually doesn't have a lane opponent right now. He's just pretty much laning by himself.
Yep, so this is one of the problems of having Phantom Lancer. He's like pretty good, he's decent in lane, but he really requires like supports full-time babysitting him. And Shadow Fiend, if he has a really bad start, which he is going to if Fearon constantly ganks him, like they can't spread their supports in every lane, and it's just wearing them thin at this point. Phantom Lancer not having an easy time on bottom with only 6 creep kills, and Shadow Fiend with 22 in middle, but he's died twice at this point.
Oh, yep. Sorry, not gonna go in.
See the early phase boots.
Yeah, that could be big trouble. They go in with the disruption, Soul Catcher as well, but actually it's the Earthshaker. Not Owe. Doesn't even matter. Look at the damage from the nukes. Now the Sprout on the Earthshaker also doesn't have TP, or tangos rather. Keep on saying TP. He pops the wand, 10 charges. Don't matter. He'll go down. The magic stick, I should say. Meanwhile, mid lane, Brewmaster ult was also used. Gets a kill solo on Jules with that Prophet ult helping out there. Mushi basically kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Went for the treads first. I assume the Midas will follow, but he's definitely building one. The question is just going to be when. And we still actually haven't seen Queen of Pain enter a lane, whereas Prophet and Brewmaster are just basically butchering Dreamz at this point.
And Panda ult was used too, but it's definitely worth it to keep the Shadow Fiend down early.
Yeah, like you said, he had 20 plus damage at like level, was it 3 or 4? I guess level 4, and since then he's died 2 times. Sitting at 1 and 3, just nobody getting really the ball rolling. Even though Queen of Pain's farming, she's not getting kills, so it's not anything that Arn should be particularly worried about. If you're going to give away Kodal PL, I guess this is pretty much the start you want to have.
I mean, Queen of Bane doesn't even actually have that much CS. He's pretty much just been in top the whole entire time, and Fearon has left a couple of times, and he is just on par with Panda, who has been killing and just doing massive amounts of work in middle.
And the issue might be in the mid game. If he ever just gets disrupted and then stunned, he's gonna die to the lifesteal, the Prophet ultimate, maybe a clap as well. So cannot count on being tanky or survivable until much later on. Well, we'll have to see. Jewel City about 1,600 net worth. They're actually going to rotate the Earthshaker mid. Worried about them going on the Shadow Feed, which they should be, but there's your Fissure block. May protect Jules yet. Earthshaker walks and actually blocks Jules in a little bit. One more auto attack. The poison is all that's needed. Now Mushi comes for the back lines as my game stutters for a moment, but Shadow Demon did fall. Now it looks like we're going to have one more on the run. Queen of Pain joins the fight as well. I believe did TP in, did not run here, so cleans up the Shadow Demon, but in the end, they lose 2 carries while that was happening. Phantom Lancer also dies. I feel like it's a full Pinoy Dota game, but it's actually only one Pinoy team.
Yep, Mushi TP's in and tries to get an extra kill, but he's looking bottom, and they go on this Coddle.
This one has Tangos, but will it matter? Tangos out away from the Lifestealer into the Ledgetrigger. Right down will go. A rock in a hard place for sure. And things just not looking good for Dreamz. I mean, could you have a worse start? You're down by 4k gold, 4k experience already. They're gonna go in bottom though. They have the Fissure, they have a Scream, Blink in the Scream. LA gets one. They do get a kill, but it's only the support Lina. Meanwhile, top lane, Jules in trouble, trying to run. Lots of damage done. Sprouted up, brought down again. There is just nowhere for anybody to farm.
Yeah, he's really just trying to get back in the game right now. Maybe just try and get his boost right now, and I think he needs to maybe try and stack either one of these and just take him out with his level 3, almost level 4 raise to get back in the game.
Just seems like he can't, like nobody can be in a lane right now. Maybe Oe, who still doesn't have boots, to any of the carries have boots, so Queen of Pain does, but that's it. LA has an Oblivion step up. It's going to be rushing an Orchid. Can be a really potent item against Lifestealer. As well as Panda. We'll see if he can build it, and if he does, if it matters. But right now, Orange continues to cut into that map control, slice it away from Dreamz. Dreamz, I think they need to win this game to actually advance out of the group. I'm not 100%. Just gets burst down bottom lane. The Sentry is dropped. Now top lane, the action picks up. LA TP's in, has the ult. Could go for Mushi here. One more Scream as well as the ult. Mushi will definitely fall. This looks... Oh, can he get away? It's high. There's the ult. Mushi will die. Raze was there as well. Sounds like a bad movie. Now KWX eating 2 Razes, but Net is here. And one more Scream, not going to be enough. Panda ult is dropped. Jules on the run. Jules will fall. They lose 2 carries again just for Mushi, who immediately buys back, says, screw it. YOLO. I'm going mid. I'm going to push this tower. And now the Lifestealer just left totally unchecked bottom lane. Drums are out. And the pressure mounts. Mushi just bumped back. Can they go into mid? Illuminate being channeled. It just misses. Oi, oi, oi. This is not Dreamz' game.
It looks like this bottom tower is under a lot of pressure from the Lifestealer. It's at 250 HP. There's Glyph. He raises and tries to get it. Is there going to be any backup that comes in?
Who can back him up? They just don't even bother. Earthshaker, no TP. Kodal, no TP. Queen of Pain just respawned, doesn't have a TP. Jules, no TP, so just a free tower for the Lifestealer.
Tranquil Boots are up on Phantom Lancer, though.
Well, game's pretty much over now. Let's go next. Oe, Tranquil Boots now. 6 slotted in about 20 minutes or so. Here we go. It actually gets really hard for Dreamz now, because they need so much far. Oh, top lane. Uh-oh. Jules gets sprouted, and still no tangos. Honestly, I'm wishing this poor guy had a Quelling Blade, because he could have made it pay off at this point, I feel. At least some tangos.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But we see some very nice aggressive ward setup by Orange. They're just ready to pick Shadow Fiend off wherever he goes.
Where do you go? I mean, soon they're just not even going to be letting you farm these camps near your tier 2, tier 3 mid, and... I don't know, or tier 2, tier 1 mid.
Yeah, they can see anyone that farms top, and then they have pretty much control of this whole area because of the aggressive Lina and Nakes, and then if they're not there, that means they're farming in this area. So Orange pretty much always knows where their carries are farming at this point in the game.
And if they're not actually killing you, they're certainly taking a lot more farm over the map. They could even go for Roach soon. KWX has a Blink, 10-minute in, phase boot, bottle, Blink. Even his auto attacks are brutal. Meanwhile, bottom lane, oh, he gets picked up, but there's a Panda still running around Invis, probably going to look to go top in a moment. He will see the Shadow Fiend. This is your cue. Sprouts a start. Jules throws some raises. Doesn't seem like enough just yet. Mushi up to 2.5k. Maybe he's not going to get that Midas. There's your Purge. Jules in trouble. Jules will fire one raise. Doesn't quite hit the second. They're diving. Panda's on the back lines. Blink in. Clap on 2. Ult is not there, but just gonna auto-attack Yoshi down. There's your slow from a level 1 Drunken Haze. Earthshaker on the run, will fall. Queen of Pain comes in, backstab, gets the 1. But that's going to be it. Just the support again. That's all that Dreamz can kill. They're just picking on the T-ball team while the pros are just smacking them around. And now, just the continued pressure bottom lane. The armlet is coming, and it's coming soon.
Nope, Lifestealer takes creeps behind the tower, uses Infest to heal back up, and this T2 tower is about to fall now.
Dust on Mushi. Relentless. Just absolutely ruthless this game. He was messing around before, perhaps, but he ain't messing around now.
He has a 4-staff now, no minus. Surprising.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I didn't actually wager my force for a child, because I would be giving it up right now. Oh, well. I mean, things looking pretty good for Orange at this point. Oh, like the one game where I make that prediction, of course he doesn't go for it. 10k net worth advantage, or gold advantage, 8k experience advantage, and Dreamz I feel like is just right back into the meat grinder. Jules wants to farm top, there's a Panda ult here, may not even be needed. Look how hard this Panda's gonna hit. Couple more auto attacks, has the clap coolly down in 4 seconds, really doesn't want to blow the ult, will not need to. Those phase boots, too freaking strong. Not often you see a Panda just auto attack a Shadow Fiend down at his tier 2, but you're seeing it here today. I'll be on the summit.
Well, I wonder if it was going to get past that 30-minute mark that we were talking about.
I think it might be okay to let it go 30 minutes right now. Panda jumps in again, doesn't have mana for his ult because he just used clap, but now we'll wand, now we'll ult, Illuminate will do nothing, immediately canceled on the run. Earthshaker's got to be sacked here, I think. Oh no, he got a little greedy, but out should be enough at the end. Just one more boulder toss, down the ES will go. Nice micro, nope, stopped the micro skills in the end. Didn't actually Cyclone the keeper. Will look for it, high ground to low ground Cyclone, but gonna back, not actually just using that to cover his retreat. Meanwhile, Lifestealer still pushing bottom, has the armlet, just gonna base dive Jules. Joel says, where my team at? And Lifestealer says, not here, buddy. Couple more auto attacks, easy kill for Jules, and now on to the tier 1 mid, which should be falling in just a few moments.
Wow, 13 minutes, phase boots, drums, and armlet. This Nake's is stacked.
7.4k net worth at 13 minutes in. 77 CS. He hasn't left the lane, but the kills are just coming to him. He's 4-0 and 6. Mushi's just been showing up with Sprouts, with Dust. I don't think he's actually left the lane for more than like maybe a minute this game, and we're 14 minutes in.
So Queen of Pain has 2 Oblivion sets. She actually almost has her Orchid, which will be pretty good for them. Oh,
this won't help. There's your stun.
Nope.
You jinxed her, Merlini. Damn it. Bottom lane, Lifestealer's diving. It's going to get the kill with the long range infest right at the edge of that 700 AoE. Picks the kill up. Easy one for him, and they're just going to start sieging the base now. Mushi, Staff of Wizardry, probably a Necrobook, probably the best item in this game just to end the game a bit quicker. Are just going for the 20-minute GG, and they may just kill the throne by that point. More staff in onto the Lifestealer, now man's up. There's your open wounds, and your rage. Slice, 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 or chop, 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 I should say, and down he goes.
And both supports on Dreamz not even level 6 yet. 14 minutes in. The Earthshaker and Kodo are still level 5.
Yeah, it looks like Dreamz, if they lose this game, are going to be 0-3, and with that, out of the tournament, they will be the 4th place team in the group, if that should come to pass. And it's a pretty safe bet at this point. They're already down 20k net worth. They're already down 15k experience. The Rex is falling. Meanwhile, Jules is just hunting kills. Like, he just wants to pad his stats a little bit before this one is over. Lifestealer pops in. Doesn't actually have an open wounds because he didn't have mana for it even after the wand, so won't get the kill, but gets the 15-minute Rex. And they may back off, but you know they're coming right back. They came for your firstborn, now they're coming for the rest of the litter.
Yeah, now you really have to like rethink why they pick Shadow Fiend for middle, because he hasn't done anything this game except for die, and I don't really think that he played too poorly except maybe not having tangos, but usually you want like a space maker for middle, maybe Queen of Pain or Puck, something like that. Those heroes that can actually fight in the early mid game and have a huge impact and be able to escape from ganks if a Furion does decide to TP from top.
And I mean, he's just so vulnerable to those Prophet gags, like, especially when he's not going tangos, but even if he has them, that extra second for a few auto attacks to get the Pan and Rage for clap as well, that's really all they needed. Up on the Yoshbot, they're going to go. Unfortunately, the Fissure does not block the Panda away, so Mushi 4 steps onto the low ground. Another kill for KYXY. Meanwhile, they were also diving the base, did not quite secure a kill there. And Jules is still jungling in the enemy jungle, but yeah, to go back to your point, there was a lot of options. I mean, even something like a Beastmaster, which you mentioned, not really a common Pinoy hero, but any sort of tempo controller mid, I feel just would have worked so much better for them this game. Even if they had gone for the Prophet, like thrown him in the offlane, because he could just come bottom and maybe turn the fights. You can have your Queen of Pain mid, who can do a lot better against Brewmaster. It's just such a greedy lineup, and, well, they're paying for it now. Nets picked up a Blink Dagger, Blink Dagger on the Shadow Demon to go with the Force Staff on the Prophet, as well as most likely that Necro Book coming out now. No, it's going to be a Dagon for Mushi. Mushi's finally going to allow himself to have a few moments of fun.
Oh, yeah. And they've just been shutting this PL out. He's 1-9-0 and unable to find farm anywhere, along with the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend 10 deaths in already. 16 minutes in, 10 deaths.
10 deaths on the Shadow Fiend, 9 deaths on the Fiend. I hate to laugh, but it's just such a ridiculous lead. KYXY, his silence eats the ult, but there's your Echo Sight for the Earthshaker trying to stall. Not gonna matter. It's gonna be just a total rampage from Ohio, charging the enemy base, and Festy back out, popping onto Owe. No detection. Now the dust is thrown. Finish the job. Finish the job. They will do so. And still Jules farming the enemy jungle. What else can this poor Shadow Fiend do? There's just no options for him.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well, the Orchid did some work. They managed to pick off the Panda before he got his ultimate off, but it's still probably going to cost him a T3 tower and maybe a Rax after.
And there's another blink in. This one going to be from Net, who promptly disrupts into the Light Strike Ray, into the Dragon Slave. Another simple kill for RNG Sports. They had a bit of a slow start with that lost the first departure, the split push fiasco for Miracle that pulled them. I guess they're going to be first place in the group, I imagine, as they are probably a strong... Dreamz is 0-3, so I assume they probably beat the Chain Gang. That puts first departure as that 1 seed. Jules is not happy. Jules needs some love from his fans tonight because this is a painful loss for him and the rest of Dreamz. And that's just going to be salt in the wound from Extinct.
And a GG call from Jules.
I actually felt like he's playing quite well mid. I mean, aside from the tangos, like you said, he was CSing well against a Panda, and that's not the easiest thing to do when you're lasting under the tower with the clap spam, but, you know, just the ganking in the end. Just Mushi kept on coming mid. He was absolutely ruthless, and there was just no way out. Jules suicides to the creeps, buys back. Owe's just been, I think Owe's been sitting at the fountain for the past 15 minutes. So just has not left the base for a while. We'll do so now. Nope. He's still at the fountain. The rest of the team is on an epic smoke gank. Or no, just retreating. Head to greener pastures, they say.
And Queen of Pain, he's like, oh, I want to chill at this other secret shop. Maybe pick off a chicken? Oh, no. What is he doing?
LA. Why you know GG? He's still fighting. Meanwhile, the Phantom Lancer doing what he can against the Nake's Illusions. Not to say too much. LA, is he going to blink into the enemy fountain? No, he's just kind of perusing the base, you know, seeing what's on the menu, but not ordering anything. Rax is slowly being chipped away by this Panda. Meanwhile, Owe gets crowded up and just accepts his fate. Perfect trance round. That was a Warcraft 3 surround right there. Now Jules eats the boulder toss. Jules will fall. Can't even farm in the enemy jungle. They want some more. Here's your Earthshaker. Echo Slam with that temporary stun, but not going to do anything, of course, against the Earth Panda. Down he'll go. What says LA? I thought there might be a courier here. I thought there might be a hero to farm. Or no, actually Extinct. I think so LA has to run for greener pastures.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
And Mushi is upgrading his Dagon, guys. Well, this is not looking good. The bomb has been planted by LA. He's swishing its Counter-Strike right now, but it is not. Give him credit. Trying to change the terms of the game. If you can't win under the current set of rules, just change the rules. It's a clever tactic, but it will not be enough this day.
Orange always has 2 kills a minute and 39 kills in 20 minutes. Can they breach the 2 kill a minute mark?
Yeah, I mean, there's been like at least 20 simultaneous kills this game. Like 2 kills happening at once in pairs. The bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win. Counter-Strike Global Offensive has officially invaded the Dota 2 world, and it begins here in the Dotatalk League. A second smoke just not gonna help matters. So Merlady, I'm curious, what did you think about the teams we saw today? Orange, first departure. How do you feel about these teams after watching so much North American European Dota?
I mean, I usually don't see that big of a skill gap. Like the second and third game, they were just not very close. And like, I think second, maybe there were some draft issues, but still, even just like the play style was just a little bit of skill difference between Orange and other teams. There's not like huge skill differences in the European scene. It seems like most of the games are pretty close, and Empire and Dignitas Liquid and Navi, all those seem to have pretty fairly close games, and this one is just like a complete blowout. 41 kills to 7. And I like the first game a lot though. That was something different. They were trying to race against the clock against the AM super power farm, but in the end,
It's not quite enough.
anti-fun wins.
Oh boy. We have a subscriber icon for that in the Twitch chat, by the way. If anyone wants to spam that right now, spam away. But RG Sports, they dodge a bullet here. They will be moving on out of the group, even though they lost that pretty epic game to First Departure earlier today. Highly recommend watching that if you haven't already. Really nice rage by the Lifestealer, just in the nick of time. Now back into the fountain, punish Yosh for his insolence. Mushi with the Troll Sprout is going to throw Ohio to the Wolves. So RNG Sports, they move on. 45-9, your final score. Over 2 kills per minute to the bitter end. Guys, more Dota Talk League is coming up, but we are done with Group A. It is a wrap. It will be First Departure, I believe, in first place, and Orange in second. As long as First Departure wins their last game, which I imagine they will, just based on what we saw earlier today. So anyway, I'm LD. He is Merlini. Merlini, you still with me, or you want to sleep now?
I'll see how long it is until the next game.
Okay, we'll leave that open for you. In case you don't come back, any shout-outs, anything you want to plug?
No, just follow me on whatever, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, all the same thing, /Merlini Dota. Thanks for having me, LD.
Yeah, thanks for casting, Merlini. It's always a blast, and, well, you made the games entertaining. So, guys, stay tuned. More Dota Talk League coming up. Might be with Merlini, might be on my own, might be with someone else. We'll just have to wait and see. In the meantime, don't forget Gods is also casting. He may still be right now, twitch.tv/BeyondTheSummit2. And there are some other streams. You can find all the details in the Reddit post we made as far as who's casting what. But more Dota Talk League coming up after this.